ACCA for beginners. What do you need to know before embarking onto ACCA journey? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Agnes with another video from the professional series. Today we're talking about basics of ACCA. I'm gonna discuss the prerequisites, work experience, exemptions, resources and help from the employer, and things from the point of view of someone that's already done it, things that you need to prepare for in order to successfully pass ACCA papers. If you're new to ACCA and you're just beginning this journey, this video will be very helpful for you because it will explain a lot of things that you may be asking about or you may have questions about that maybe just are not easily available on the internet. I am an ACCA qualified accountant and I've qualified in July 2019. If you are interested to see my journey on ACCA, please consider watching the video right here in which I've explained the whole journey I went on as an ACCA student. Below in the description will be timestamp for this video as well, so if you have already done certain step or you're not interested in watching certain section of it, please skip through to the section that would interest you the most. And as always, I would love your support, so if you're interested in any ACCA tips and tricks and hacks and things like that, I would love you to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and comment below if there is anything else that you would like me to discuss on my channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. So you may wonder whether you need any qualification to begin ACCA journey, and the answer to it is no. You don't need any qualifications to begin with ACCA. All you need is either 2 A-levels or 3 GCSE in 5 separate subjects and you can start ACCA. Now if you don't have those, it's not the end of the world because you can always have foundation and accountancy qualification. But if you're coming straight from university, which is what I did, especially if you did accounting and finance or any finance related qualification, you may be qualified for what is known as exemptions. Because I've done my accounting and finance degree, I was able to gain 9 exemptions. So all of the foundation papers in ACCA, I've managed to clear through because of my accounting degree. I will link in the description below the website where you can check on the ACCA how many exemptions you qualify to get. But if you're not sure, always give a call to ACCA and they will be able to confirm how many exemptions you can get. On the ACCA website, you can also find a student pack. So student pack contains all the information that you may want to need to know before you're starting on ACCA journey. So I will link it in the description below for you to reach out whenever you have any more questions. The purpose of this video is just to break it down from the perspective of someone that's already done ACCA and things that I would like to know before I started my ACCA journey. As an ACCA student, you'll be giving an ACCA account where you will be able to record all of your PER. I'll get to it in a minute. You'll also be able to book your exams, pay your fees, and manage your account. In order to fully qualify, you don't only have to do the exams, you will also have to complete ethics and professional module, which are 15 hours long and are provided via ACCA website. And you also have to complete PER. Now PER, which is practical experience requirement, contains of 36 months of work experience, a relevant work experience, and also 9 performance objectives. So I have done a video on PER. If you wanted to find out a little bit more about it, how to complete it, I would invite you to watch the video that I will link in the description below. Going back to the exams, you will need to complete 13 exams. Now 9 of those will be foundational papers and they are compulsory. You have to complete every single one of them. And you also have to complete 4 of what it's called professional papers. 2 of them are compulsory and then there is a choice out of 4 you need to complete further 2, and this is depending on how do you want to steer up your career, which path you want to go. You would probably then choose the papers that are more relevant to where you may be working or where you want to go in your professional career. The good thing about ACCA exams is that you have 4 available sittings, and in every single sittings you can clear up to 4 papers at a time. It sounds a lot and I know that probably people wouldn't go for it, but I've seen people which come to the exam with the examination docket and they have 4 papers listed on it, so they do 4 exams in one go, which means in 1 month or within the whole week, because the exam sessions happen in 1 week, within the 1 week some people sit 4 exams at a time, which is very challenging, and I admire those people that do that. I never used to do that. I used to clear 1 paper at a time because I just found it so much easier having a full-time job and also children at home. Now let's talk about the cost. ACCA will cost you quite a lot of money, and that will depend how much of those money you have to pay yourself. There will be costs which you can possibly transfer over to your employer or claim back from the employer if you work in a relevant experience, or if your employer is approved by ACCA. Sometimes you can find a work experience where your employer is signed up with ACCA as so-called approved employer, and they provide you with a structure of experience which lines up with ACCA requirements, because of which it will help you out as well with PER, because they will follow the route of PER requirements. So you can totally avoid paying for it if you do have an employer that happens to pay for everything. But otherwise, you would probably have to pay for most of it yourself, or even everything. Now, I did have a video as well on that, total cost of ACCA. If you are interested to see how much I actually paid for it, or how much potentially you may need to pay for it, I will link this video in the description below. Now, the one thing that I would really encourage you to do is the experience, work experience. The sooner you start the work experience, the better, because you do need 36 months of work experience in order to be able to fully qualify as an accountant. Now, this is ACCA requirements because they recognize that without having any solid experience in accounts, just having a qualification alone is not enough. They want to prepare you from the point of view of employer, so that when you finish with the qualification, you already got certain skill set in order to work as a professional accountant. I want you to prepare for a hard work.
ACCA is not easy.
Foundational papers are quite easy comparing to professional papers. Now, the professional papers is where the real deal begins and where the real struggle happens. Those papers are very challenging, and quite often
A lot of students fail.
And myself, I have failed several times before I've managed to finish my ACCA qualifications. But these papers are made difficult for a reason, and they really want to make sure that you're prepared for any possible scenario. This is why they really do make those exams super challenging. So all I want to say is that go with the expectations that it may just not happen the first time around, and if you do fail, it's okay, just pick yourself up and resit. Now let's talk about ACCA resources. There is so many good resources available nowadays, and when I used to study, there were already quite a lot of choices, but when I was actually researching the ACCA resources today, I have found that there is so much more available online, and there is a lot of them which gives you quite a lot for free, meaning that a lot of material would be available for free, whereas if you want on-demand classes, you will have to pay for the lessons, but again, they are of very good value. So I will list in the description below some of the resources that are available to you. Now, as a last point, I wanted to say that you are set for a very, very good career opportunity. Now, ACCA is globally recognized, and wherever you go in the world with your ACCA, you're bound to find a job. And I do believe in the UK, you probably got the best opportunities, but again, I might be a bit biased because I live in the UK. But again, you can take your ACCA anywhere in the world and they would be recognized. As to a salary, again, you're set for a success. Once you're a qualified accountant, your salary will go up, and the sky is the limit, because depending where you're gonna choose to work, whether that's a practice or industry, I have actually done a video on how much ACCA qualified accountant earns, and if you were interested to watch this video, again, I will link this in the description below. I also discussed how much I earn as financial controller in a UK-based company. Now, you may wonder, how long will it take to complete ACCA? Now, that will depend on many factors. First of all, if you already have an exemptions, it can take you just 4 exams, and those 4 exams can take you anything from just 1 year or even less, because as I've mentioned, you can sit 4 exams in one sitting, so you can just smash them in one go. If you have exemptions in 3 months, you may already be qualified accountant. But if you don't have exemptions, or if you take a bit longer, if you fail maybe on the way, it can take you as long as 3 years or even longer. I mean, I know people that have completed the ACCA in an extremely short time, such as 2 to 3 years, and I know people like myself that's completed ACCA within 7 years. So it took me first 4 years in the university, and then it's taken me further 3 years to complete my professional papers. And yes, I have failed along the way quite a few times. Again, if you wanted to find out more about my ACCA journey, I will link this in the description below. So that's it, guys. I've broken down for you all the things that you may want to know before you begin on your ACCA journey. I hope you found this informative enough and useful. If you did, I would love you to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also share it with those that may want to begin on the ACCA journey, and I hope that helps them too. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye!